Everybody, welcome to Teaching Crypto. Please hit that like, that subscribe, bell notification. Super chats are always available. We greatly appreciate your support. Hey, hasn't been the bull run we all expected, but is the bottom finally in? So after hitting 76K, Bitcoin did march back up to 84 this morning, which was a nice sign, right? Inflation number was down to 208 instead of 209. Some brief hope. Still a lot of economic uncertainty with the tariffs and everything. And this is not what we expected, right? You usually get a green February and a green March. And I'm talking to you today, and it's Wednesday, March 12th. And we're still far, far below our all time high, right below 110K. But some good news. Michael Saylor did post on X that big things were happening. And over the next 12 months, he wants to buy 150% of all Bitcoin that's mined by miners. He also is really encouraging the government to step up their game when it comes to this Bitcoin reserve. So we had, the Bitcoin summit, we had the announcement of Bitcoin reserve, but part of it was they weren't going to buy any new Bitcoin that would cost the taxpayers any, and they would use the Bitcoin they had already seized, that already got. So what's going to happen now? Well, it looks like Senator Cynthia Lummis has reintroduced an act which asks for the government to buy 1 million Bitcoin over the next 5 years, right? And they're saying that this has a chance to go through. Again, it's going to take time. You have all the states that want to do a Bitcoin reserve. So that's something. Now, big news for XRP holders. It looks like the SEC in the XRP case is about to finally be over within the next couple weeks. That's bullish. And you officially have a XRP ETF that has been technically filed by Franklin Templeton. So those things are bullish, okay? Altcoin business has not been bullish. Another thing is Russia is allowing crypto buying for investors, limited, but it is allowing it. And China, for the first time, is allowing full ownership of Bitcoin. So we have a lot of bullish things long term. For the first time, there will be a show on cable news about Bitcoin and politics on Fox News. So just a lot of headlines that are positive. But again, with the economic uncertainty and everyone using the R word, the recession word, people have been reluctant, specifically retail, and the whales have been reluctant. With all that said, Bitcoin is sitting above 80K. And, I've heard the doom and gloom of the 73K and the 70K. And I can't say it's impossible, but maybe I'm crazy, but I still expect a new all-time high within the next couple months. I do expect the alts to finally rise, but it is do or die time, right? We're 6-7 weeks away from May, which is usually not very good, even during a bull run, except for 2021. So here's the thing. There are some possibilities. The nightmare scenario for Bitcoin and crypto is we already had our top and we started a bear market, which I don't think is going to happen, but I would be lying to you and this channel would be lying to you if we said that was absolutely zero. I don't think it's absolutely zero. The more likely scenario is we have been delayed because of all this economic uncertainty. And instead of going up, February, March, April, and then doing that, as Mr. Fomo would say, sell June and come back in October, swoon, we are going to slowly just go up and I think plateau. Thank you for hitting that like button, guys. Really appreciate it, by the way. I think we're going to plateau around mid to late October. And then I think there will be a bear market unless you have game theory and the U.S. government gets more aggressive about buying Bitcoin and they put pen to paper, laws passed. You see other governments follow. I kind of think we're still a few years away from that. I think the next bull run is when you see that the cycles will finally be broken. Again, I am highly, highly confident we're going to see in our lifetime not only $1 million Bitcoin, but a $10 million Bitcoin. In fact, there's too much momentum. Too many experts say the same thing. It's only a matter of time. It's not when. It's not if, but it's when, just like we said about 100K. Again, I would be lying to you if I told you, yeah, I expected Bitcoin to be 80 or in the 80s and ETH and all the rest of the alts to be really, really, really struggling this late into March. No, I didn't accept that. Absolutely. I mean, Just a few months ago, iOS network was easily over $1. And let me give you an idea of how foolish I feel. Again, yeah, I always have to think about taking profits. I said to myself, well, it's only January. It's nowhere near time to start taking profits on something like iOS network. Guess what? It's a lot of money left on the table. I don't want to make that mistake again. So let me remind you guys, if the bottom is finally in, which would be 76K, and we're at 83 right now, hopefully as I talk, heading closer to 84, if we can get back into the 90s, knock on wood, in March, and get back to 100K in April and make an all-time high in April, and we kind of push ourselves now, and hopefully we don't have a mini bear in the summer. We're always gonna not go completely up, right? We're never going straight up. But if we are headed for some green months, please consider taking some profits when you are in the green, because we've seen these alts, right? The reality is this, and I'm going to go on a bit of a reality check for some people. These alts just are not worth a lot. I know this is teaching crypto, and we shouldn't talk like this, but this is a reality channel, right? And I apologize, we haven't been doing as many shows recently. We'll be back two-man show in just a couple days with Mr. Vomo, but you got to understand these alts are temporary. The only thing that's forever, and when I say forever, it's up to you when you take profits, is Bitcoin. We launched this channel during the end of the last bull run, and we were telling you guys at 16, 20, and 30K, it was a great time to buy Bitcoin. I actually think right now is not a bad time because, again, I believe this is me looking at all the evidence, looking at all the news, looking at all the charts. I believe personally, do your own research, but me, I believe that we will hit an all-time high in April. I could be dead wrong. Maybe the market, maybe the world economy, maybe the US economy slaps me in the face. But again, you got to remember, a lot of people were calling me crazy when I called for 100K after we had 3 months of just limited downward action in Bitcoin. A lot of people called me crazy at 30K when I said, guys, I think we're going to get above 50 to 60. So we've come a long way. Always zoom out. I just wanted to make you guys aware of a couple things right now. If you are brave enough to come back into alts, or you have enough money, some of us are, our funds are already in, but iOS network, ladies and gentlemen, one of my big picks. I'm just going to say right now, obviously I have to say do your own research. Our market cap is below 300 million for the first time in a really long time. I think again, this could be a 3 billion easily market cap. That's a 10x. If the bull run finally, big if, but if it finally takes off here and we have a nice bull run between now and the end of October, this one could 10x. Also right now, XRP is kind of held strong actually. So I talked about earlier in the show that XRP is about to have its lawsuit canceled by the SEC. Well, XRP is hanging in there. The all-time high this year, 340, it's at 223. So that's not a great value per se compared to some of the other altcoins, but look at some that are showing strength. ETH right now under 2K. I know what you're saying. ETH has been a loser for so long. I just can't see ETH not making it back to 4K minimum. And I still, call me crazy, I've got my call for my 5 to 10K ETH. For me, I'm looking to take profits around 5K. So guys, hang in there. I know this has not been fun. This has not been what anyone expected, but now's not the time to sell. There will be hopefully some green days ahead. Let's hope so. I do think, and I could be crazy, I do think that as much economic uncertainty as there is, we can squeeze a bull run out of this over the next few months. So here's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a rebound the rest of this month. I want to see us establish 85K as support. I want to see us kind of maybe hit 90 before the end of the month. And I want to get to 100K again in April. And by sometime mid to late April, I want to go for an all-time high. And I'm looking for the alts now to follow for good and stop bottoming out. Hopefully they've bottomed out. And hopefully we can get some, here's the deal. Because of what's happened, I'll give you, some positive. I do not think you're going to see now another big mini bear during this bull run. I think we've had two. I think that's going to be it. If we get hot now and go dark again in May, well, that's really tough. But again, you do have to take profits. So let's hang in there, guys. Share the show. I still think there's some amazing opportunity out there. Let's keep the positive vibes going. This is AZ Crypto. You guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for subscribing and hitting that like button. And as always, super chats are available. Thanks, guys. Have a great night.